What's up, nerds? We're your hosts. I am Chad.
And I am Jake. This is our weekly podcast where we explore the world of nerd from TV, movies, games, comics, news, and books.
We will give you our opinions, theories, and oftentimes spoilers.
We will also have friends and experts as guests on the show to elaborate further on those topics.
But be prepared. We like to have a few drinks, so buckle up.
If you want to support our show, like, share, and subscribe wherever you enjoy your podcasts.
You can also become a premium subscriber over at buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd.
So let's get into it. This is the All Things Nerd podcast.
Nerd.
Welcome, nerds, to the All Things Nerd podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. Chad, I hope you had a good week. And with that being said, let's get into our first topic. But first, cheers.
Cheers. Well, before we get into that first topic, just want to remind our listeners that if you want to become a premium subscriber, you get a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff, and you get to watch us get
Into it?
buzzed, a little drunk sometimes.
Get into our creative headspace, if you will.
Yeah, it's part of our method, where we just talk about other stuff that might not make enough for a full episode, where we're not as educated on as much of the stuff, but still nerdy to us and things that we enjoy talking about. It's what we would normally do off camera as we got ready for the show, but we decided let's record that too. This week was part 1 of a 2-week conversation that we're going to have where we talk about aliens, their existence, and are they among us in some fashion.
Nerd jobs. They didn't. They didn't. You're just lazy. But anyways, yeah.
Yes. I should probably tell our listeners where to go to become a premium subscriber. It's over at buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. Again, that's www.buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. Also, let us know when you subscribe that it was this podcast that brought you there, so you get some member-exclusive merch, which is pretty sweet. All right, now let's talk about our first topic, which is
Sorry, it took me a sec. I was like, oh, that's me. We're doing this way later than you guys, you friends would never know. But normally we do this very early in the day. It's like 11. What time is it? My watch died.
10:50.
Yeah, it's like 11 o'clock at night. So I am fucking done.
Yeah, 20 minutes ago during our pre-show, my phone was like, hey, go to bed.
Mine did that an hour before yours did, which just proves I'm older than you.
Well, you also have a child and you wake up earlier than I do.
Anyways, our first topic is House of the Dragon, episode 3. We got into not into this. I keep forgetting because there's like 3 shows we're watching right now, and a couple of them like episode dropped, or one of them episode dropped, one of them didn't, and one of them we didn't realize was out. So we were able to binge it, and I keep fucking up that order. Anyways, House of the Dragon, episode 3. This episode was what'd you think?
This was only episode 2.
This was only episode 2.
This is not one that
when I said that
dropped.
Yeah. This was only episode 2. I thought this was kind of a slower episode, but until the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely was. Spoiler alert. That's
You're
enough
gonna
time.
hate Kristen even more.
Yeah. And if you are a Kristen Cole stan, Get bent. Dude's
Yeah.
awful.
Well, the thing is though, is that the actor is getting hate for his role,
Yeah, that's not
and
cool.
that's not cool. That's bullshit. Like he's playing the role and he's doing it well. So you're like mad at him because he's playing the part so well. Like,
Same thing happened to Jack Gleason, who played Joffrey, to the
yeah,
point where he's like, I'm not going to act anymore. I'm going to go to college and live a normal life.
yeah,
That's fucking terrible.
yeah.
If you hate the character that they're playing, it means that it's well written and they're doing a good job. Yeah, can't decide.
It's like changing. Do you see it?
Yeah,
Or am I tripping?
no, it's as you move, the camera's adjusting the lights.
I'll just stay so
Oh, hey,
incredibly
Drax.
still.
Damn it. But yeah, if you despise a character, don't take it out on the actor that does it,
Yeah.
that plays the role. That's stupid.
That being said, I also want to punch Kristen in the face.
Yeah,
He's a bitch.
he's awful.
He's a bitch.
I would go further than that and say it.
He'd kick my ass
he's a
in real
twat.
life, but he's a bitch.
Oh yeah, dude could body me.
He's like
In a
one
fight.
of the. I think in the books, he's like one of the best fighter. Like he is like known for being one of the best fighters. So when it comes down to him taking on whoever the fuck he's gonna take on, I'm very excited for that. But
Yeah,
he's a bitch.
yeah. They even
The
make
actor
they make
is
a
phenomenal. But
yeah
the
they make
character
a
is
point of
bitch.
that in the first season, because he beats Damon
Mm-hmm.
in a joust.
Mm-hmm.
But then he like lives off of that glory, probably because
He's a bitch.
it's a TV show and he's a bitch, um, so they can't like spend too much time bringing up his accolades of being an awesome fighter. They just want you to know that he's a bitch.
Yeah. The actor's fantastic though, and I should have looked up his name. Um, you're fantastic. You're doing a great job. You're definitely going to hear this and you're going to be like, "Oh my God, Jake Peters said I'm doing good."
Fabian Frankel is this his name?
Well.
Unfortunate first name. Only because of the 80s Fabian with the long Targaryen hair. I mean, blonde hair. But in all seriousness,
Now I'm mad at myself. You can tell because I'm smiling so much.
doesn't change the fact that fantastic actors don't
Yeah.
deserve hate because you hate the characters that they play.
Yeah.
If they're terrible people off screen, yeah, give it to them.
The show.
Back to the show. I'm clearly more buzzed than I thought I was when
I'm like properly drunk. I'm
It's-
not just
it's
like,
gonna
oh, I
get
got a
worse.
solid buzz going on. I'm drunk, my friend.
it's
am
gonna
drunk.
get worse throughout
Yeah.
this episode.
I'm not slurring yet, though, that I've noticed.
I'm not
but you never-
slurring.
I'm not slurring. No.
Buckle up,
My-
buckaroos.
Am I slurring?
Just only when you said slurring the first time, it was like slurring. But let's talk about this episode, because even though it was a slower episode, it really shows the difference between Rhaenyra and Alicent and their ability to parent, first off,
Yeah.
and just their personality and ability to have empathy, but also stand their ground.
Mm.
Rhaenyra flips their shit about Daemon when
Oh, yeah.
they get into it.
Well, give some context on that. Why is she mad?
Well, because Daemon hired a couple of people for us.
Mac and cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, mac and cheese with extra dark ketchup.
Yeah. Little hot sauce in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, now I can't. What was ham and cheese? Is that the other one from New Girl?
Oh, yeah. Ham and cheese. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought that's the reference that you were making, but I couldn't
No, I was
remember.
just mac and cheese, like the food, but yeah, you're good.
Oh, sweet. But Damon basically doesn't admit or deny
He just kind of,
his smirks. Everybody looks at him, and he's like, mm.
like, who would do this? And everybody went,
Damon would.
and Damon was like, there's a window up there. Did you guys ever notice that?
Oh my god. Did you ever notice that if you put candles under this table, it glows through, and then you could. That's wild.
This
Oh,
is gonna
this is
be
gonna be awesome.
unhinged, bro.
Yep.
Oh no.
I already said it once, but we're gonna say it again. Buckle up, buckaroos.
Fuck.
But Rhaenyra gets in Damon's face about it.
Hmm.
They throw some shit around, and he flies off. He goes and does his own thing. We don't know what he's doing. Is he still trying to build an army for Rhaenyra, or is he building his own resistance so that he can take the throne? Because he's still clearly upset that he was overpassed.
I know, but I won't say. Just from what I've read. Sorry.
Off camera, I want to know.
Yeah,
I'm fine
okay,
with that
cool.
being ruined for me,
Yeah.
but let's not do that to
Our listeners, yeah.
all 5 of them.
Hi, Mom.
She doesn't listen.
She hates it.
Supports it, but hates it. At least mine does.
I don't know if she really supports it either, but
Fuck.
all right, I'm gonna go to bed.
He did, like, Damon did something terrible. Rhaenyra is like, get fucked.
Yeah. She's worried that he has now fucked up her claim to the throne, because now people will associate her name with the killing of a child.
Mhm.
And she basically is like, I can't trust you. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I've known this for a long time, but I just never. Oh, hello. Were you able to hear that?
No.
Oh, good. Okay, never mind. Whatever. So she's like, get out of here. I've known I couldn't trust you for a long time. You need to leave. And he's just like, I could, but I won't. And then he leaves. And that's the last we see of him in that episode.
Yeah. But another thing that Rhaenyra does is she sees Jacaerys, her older son,
Mm-hmm.
breaking down and crying and being heartbroken.
Oh, I see.
And she comforts him. She hugs him. She's present to be, I don't know, a fucking parent.
Yeah.
Now go to King's Landing, and Alicent is just the fucking worst. Literally, Aemond goes to a whorehouse and just cries in the lap of the lady that groomed him in the first season. Sees Aegon. Alicent walks into Aegon's room, sees him bawling his eyes out, stands there quietly, and then calls her fuckboy for a booty call.
Yeah. She just fucking leaves.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
And what's worse is that when she calls Sir Chris and Cole, uh, she yells at him, slaps him a
Oh
bunch,
yeah.
and then is like, "Jump my bones, let's go." Like, your kids are in pain, and you're like, "Yeah, it's fine."
Oh, I thought you were complaining about the slapping thing, and I was like,
No, he deserved that. He deserved
don't knock
way
it.
worse.
Oh, I was gonna say don't knock it till you try it, but
Oh, a little bit of rough play. Yeah, that's fine too.
different conversations, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not king shaming here. I'm Allison shaming.
I was gonna make that. I was gonna make that joke, but then I remembered that some of my family listens to this. Hi, mom.
Sorry, mom. uh, we haven't broken out a sorry, mom, in a while.
You're welcome.
Thanks. I'm just kidding.
No, I can't.
Can't.
You know exactly what I was about to
I
do.
know you were. We've hinted at it in the past 2 episode titles. But even on top of that, like with the funeral, I love how that wasn't even intentional.
It was intentional.
Oh, didn't seem like it. You could have played that off. How the funeral processional for Helena's son, who was the one that was beheaded from mac and cheese with ketchup and hot sauce, like she starts to have Helena starts to have a panic attack, and Allison just sits there and does nothing.
Did you think that kid's head was gonna pop off?
I thought because of how it was rocking that the body was gonna roll off the cart and then his head was gonna keep rolling. Yes, I did.
100% thought that kid's head was gonna pop off.
I was not ready for that to happen, and I'm glad that it didn't, because I would have been like, oh.
So, what we talked about last week is that was it necessary to make the noise because it's a little kid, right? You're like, oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, he's like
Now
a
that
2-year-old.
the messed up part was over, and you're just like, oh, man, fuck that kid. He was gonna grow up to be a little tyrant bitch. They already showed it in the first episode. He was already being a little bitch. You know?
Well, he was just being a toddler.
Yeah.
But all toddlers are kind of menaces to society, anyways. Now you get to buckle up, Buckaroo, because that's your future.
No comment. But no, I really thought that kid's head was gonna. I thought he was gonna roll, like you said, roll out of the friggin' thing, hit the ground, and his head was gonna.
Yeah.
And like, you know. So
That would have been super
Awesome.
messed up. Even
awesomely messed up.
yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Wow, bud. Let's talk more about why Chris and Cole is just the worst.
Well, he basically orders. I think I mix them up. It's Eric and
Arik?
it's their names are similar too.
Yeah, one
That's
is spelt with an E, one is spelt with an A. The one
Their
that
parent.
is on Allison's side was the one with spelt with the A.
Okay.
I think it's supposed to be Arik and Eric, but they're all British, so it just sounds like Eric regardless.
Basically, Kristen says that early in the episode, he says, I'll never be able to forgive myself for what happened here, blah, blah, blah. Because he was supposed to be on watch, which would have stopped. Obviously, he's a good fighter. Those two were just dumb idiots. He easily would have bested them. I'm going to talk in Game of Thrones terms. He would have bested them.
In single combat.
Yeah. And he didn't because he was fucking rocking that mom bod over in the green room, and what? Don't
Just
laugh.
just the
Don't
double
laugh.
entendre of the green room because it's House Green and the backstage room where all things happen.
Oh,
It was hilarious. It was a good reference.
oh, that was supposed to be green. Fuck you, fucking remote. Am I in the
Cool.
green room now?
I don't know, but uh,
Anyways, so he's all pissed off because he was supposed to protect them, blah 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 blah. And then instead of just like being like, I fucked up, he puts all the blame on
Arc,
Arik,
Arc
which one, and he sends him on a mission. You go. I'm fucking drunk.
to go to Dragonstone, pretend to be his brother Eric, who is the one that defected, his twin brother.
Hmm.
Pretend to be him, kill Rhaenyra. Then he gets to be the hero. Uh, During that time, Otto Hightower finds out that that's what the plan is. Confronts Aegon about it. Aegon's like, at least he's doing something. You're an old man. You used to work for my father. I need to be strong. You're fired. Uh, Kristen Cole is now the hand of the king. Dumb. Bad choice. And
I
then,
like Otto. What do you think? Sorry to interrupt you.
no,
Do you think Otto is gonna go the other way now?
I'm hoping that he does because
But his
I
daughter, though,
that's
you think? Yeah.
that's why I don't think that he will. Because then also it's just a weird. It's like a different family dynamic, but then it's just
Hmm.
Tyrion Lannister again. You know,
Yeah.
of oh, I'm gonna go against my family for the greater of the realm.
Well,
Hindsight 2020, you know, but like that's what he thought he was doing. Um, so I don't know. I don't think so.
hmm.
I would like for that to happen because he held Viserys in such high regard because even though he was perceived as a weak king because he avoided conflict, I feel like Otto respected that because he played the politician of let's keep everyone happy so that we don't go to war. And now that
He,
there's like a war within his family and his bloodline,
yeah. He sneakily might be one of my favorite characters. Plus, I love Reese Ifans. Like, yeah.
100%. The first season, I was like, this dude's a fucking snake. I hate him. But after this episode, I was like, his character is much more complex than I gave him credit for.
One line changed it for me, and you already know what it is.
Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to? Okay, cool. When the king says he's like, my father chose me to be king, and he goes, huh, is that what you think? And then like walks out, and it was like, oh, it's like he fucking. I mean, obviously he knows, but like
Because he
he
plotted with
fucking.
Alicent about
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
yeah.
That I fucking love that.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's why I really hope that he switches sides.
I
But I
also
don't
love
think
that
that
he
he will.
didn't just like give the pin like for the hand of the king like to Kristen. He was
Yeah.
just like supersize it, bitch,
Yeah, threw
and
it at his
fucking
feet.
threw it at him. Yeah, yeah.
The excitement of this episode does come down, though, to when Arik tries to assassinate Rhaenyra and
Hmm.
Eric comes in. And what's really interesting is they both sustain very similar like injuries.
The exact same injuries. I watched the behind the scenes on it, and the direct producers and director were talking about it, and they said that the point was to
Mm-hmm.
make you, the viewer, not know who was who.
Yeah.
So they sustained the exact same injuries.
Like, obviously, they know who it was, but it's not supposed to be known.
Hmm.
because one brother bests the other in single combat. Yeah, yeah. And then the surviving brother turns its sword like that they're handing the hilt to Rhaenyra.
That's what it looks like. It looks like they're giving this like here, like
I'm sorry, my grace.
mm,
And then they fall on their sword and kill themselves.
Seppuku. Yeah.
Yeah. Super cool.
But
Um,
but what's fun about it, or not? I mean, it's sorry, not fun, but
it is
you know.
sad. It's tragic.
But what's fun about it is that you don't know, as the viewer, we don't know, and we will never know because they won't tell us which brother was which. Because you could say that Eric is it Eric? Eric was the one that was on Rhaenyra's side, or Arik?
Eric was on
Eric.
Rhaenyra's side.
So you could say he killed his brother and then felt so guilty about it that he was like, I can't live with myself. I just killed my brother. I love you. Huh. Right?
Mhm.
On the other side of it, you would say that the Arik killed his brother and was like, I'm sorry that I had to kill my brother because I'm a dumbass and I wasn't on the right side. And then, right?
Or not even just. He might still think that he's on the right side, but the loyalty to the throne.
But he apologizes to her personally.
Yeah.
So either it's I'm sorry I'm gonna kill myself because I just killed my brother, or I'm sorry that I killed my brother because I was on the wrong side. Either way, there's an apology there, and we don't know which brother gave the apology, and we'll never know.
And in both ways, which is very symbolic to the show, is that the loyalty to your family is beyond the scope of the throne.
And one of the coolest parts about it is that uh either way, however it worked out, which brother did what, Rhaenyra buried them together.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being like, this one's a piece of shit. This one was my guy.
Which again shows the difference between Rhaenyra and Alicent as to who values the loyalty to family and the empathy more than the other.
Yeah.
The show is so good.
I might like it better than I like it.
Once the season is done, I'm gonna go back and rewatch Game of Thrones for the third time. And
I've been like TikTok watching Game of Thrones
too, but it's a lot more later seasons. Weird.
Am I gonna die?
Well, your camera and everything's still going, so you didn't lose power. I don't know what happened there. That's weird and mischievous.
I think it's on a timer.
Oh, you turn on.
I don't know how to. I didn't mean to.
There's no digital display to show you how much time is left. So
how do you turn that fucking motherfucker
maybe
up?
Now that don't press buttons now, because now that you turned it back on, hopefully the timer's not running.
But
anyways, the show is awesome.
Fantastic show. Go watch it.
There's levels of spice. That was bad. Wow.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was so bad.
You could have went with dragons and breathing fire.
Want to know it's not bad though? With
Speaking
spice?
of breathing fire,
just ignore me.
Yeah. Speaking of breathing fire, we're gonna talk about our first sponsor, which is Crybaby Craig's hot sauce. It's a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce. It goes on practically anything. Listen up and we'll tell you more about it.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today.
All right, friends, it is time for Trivial Nerd Suit. This week's question is for Chad and is provided by me, Jake. If you have... Don't fucking laugh at me, dude. I'm trying to do this.
Sorry.
If you'd like to submit a question to try to stump one of us, please reach out to us on our website over at www.allthingsnerdpod.com and use our contact form. Just mention who the question is for. If it's for me, text Chad. If it's for Chad, text me.
Yeah. And it goes to a third party, so we
Yeah.
can't cheat.
We don't see it. Yeah. That's Marty over at digicatTech.com. DigicatTech.com.
Even
He's great.
not drunk, you usually get it by like the third try.
I know. It's fucking annoying.
But he's awesome.
Anyways, he's awesome. His website's awesome. He's doing great things for us. We'll talk about it later. But are you ready?
I am.
Okay. I'm going to send and read at the same time. Let me know when it shows up on your screen. Bam.
It's there.
Okay. What do Lady Sif and Volstagg do with the Infinity Stone at the end of Thor: The Dark World?
Ooh, don't they bring it to the collector?
They do. That's right. Fuck. Oh, I thought I thought I was gonna get you on that one. Yeah.
My first thought was that they put it in the stone, but I was like, no, that's where it was.
Yeah.
But
Yep. Nope. You got it right.
huzzah!
Huzzah. Damn it. I didn't really have a hint, so my hint was gonna be like Howard the Duck.
That would have been a good hint if I was struggling. Sorry, that was very backhanded. That was
What?
rude.
What? I didn't hear
I was
what
like,
you
that
said.
would have been a good hint had I struggled. Like,
Oh no, it's okay. I'll go harder next time.
bet you will. What?
Got a hook.
Spit on the thing. Well,
Oh, that poor girl.
no kidding. Well, let's talk about some nerd news. This is not a topic for our podcast, like unjust reaction for that person who just had a fun night in Nashville. Nerd news, though. If you're in the Midwest area,
yeah.
you can go. You can finish that one.
Is it on November 11th?
8th, 9th, and 10th. November 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Yeah. So the 11th would be the day after it's done, and that's what I was gonna say. November 8th, 9th, and 10th. Come visit us. We have a booth at Minneapolis, or Twin Cities Con, which is like a Minneapolis Comic Con kind of thing. We went. Was it last year or the year? 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, we went as fans, and we got to meet Elijah Wood and
Sean
the other
Astin.
one.
Wow.
He's never gonna see this.
Show some respect for
I was gonna
Samwise and Rudy.
I was gonna say Sam and Frodo, and then I was like, I'll be more respectful, and then I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, Elijah Wood and Sean Astin.
Yeah. So
Yours isn't up because.
it's on the floor. Yeah, I gotta do some hanging.
But we met them at Twin Cities Con a couple years ago.
Yeah. A lot of fun. So it's come for the big stars, stay for the little guys, you know?
Uh,
Come visit us. We'll have a booth there. We will update on where we'll be. I don't think we know that yet. Um,
we won't know until like the month before of our
yeah.
placement. From what I'm gathering, we are not in Artist Row. So we will be kind of like the dead center.
We'll be by the bathroom probably. No.
Yeah, Artist Row was all sold out, so we will
Yep.
just have a regular exhibitor booth in the middle of the floor, which is pretty sweet. High
Well, come see
traffic.
us. You guys can try to stump us um, in person, and if you do, we'll give you something. So,
Yeah, we'll have
plus, like,
giveaways.
come there for like other people too. It's gonna be cool, and there's a lot of like small people like us that
Yeah.
like you said when we were talking just one on one the other day that when we went there we
Mhm.
ended up buying a bunch of shit from people that we didn't even know because we were like I wasn't expecting to like find this cool stuff
Yeah.
at this random ass table and you do.
Plus,
So,
they have a lot of. Uh, I guess it might not be huge in comparison to like New York Comic
yeah,
Con or San Diego, but
average.
ladies, um, no, but there's a good portion of cosplayers, which is really cool. They do cosplay shows every single day, like cosplay contests, which is sweet. All sorts of stuff. So come check it out. If you're there, say hi.
There
Um,
will be booze, not just for sale.
well, we can't sell it. That's illegal.
No, but they sell booze there.
Oh, oh yeah,
I'm
that's
saying
right.
not for sale.
Oh, we got.
There will be booze not for sale.
Yeah,
You dildo.
I misunderstood. Yes, there will be booze. Come do a shot.
Come
of
do a
tequila
shot with us.
Yeah. Whoop.
Moving on.
More nerd news. We got I don't know if you want to call it a full trailer teaser, but
I think it's a full trailer.
yeah, it's
It's
like a
just
minute long for Deadpool and Wolverine. And we confirmed that we will have Sabretooth in this film. He has very straight teeth compared to back in X-Men.
yeah.
Like
They're not so saber tooth.
yeah,
Yeah. They're very denture
veneers.
tooth. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Very veneered. Um, but what's cool is in the original X-Men film back in 2000, like when his nails, we never saw his nails really grow.
Yeah, you do.
Just in, yeah, scream for me. Um,
Hey,
eh,
harder, daddy.
oh no.
Oh no.
But they like grow slowly, where Wolverine's claws are like shink.
Gotcha.
Uh, Gotcha. But you see his nails like grow very quickly, just like, which was cool.
Hmm.
Uh, this is just gonna be a funny ass movie.
Yeah.
Also,
It's
I mean, it's
already.
Deadpool.
I mean,
You know, like
and I love that the trailers are just both of them that have come out are both red band.
yeah,
So like they say like the F words and shit like that. Like in this one, uh, Deadpool's like, oh, fans have been waiting for this fight for like
for
20 years.
decades. Yeah,
You can't go into this fight with these. And he's like pulling knives out of Wolverine.
pulling his
And
own
Wolverine
swords out of him.
Yeah, and Wolverine just goes, "Shut the fuck up."
Okay.
And then they fucking run into each other, which is fucking dope. I'm excited for this. And
Sorry.
the coolest part about it is that it's the original Sabretooth from the very first X-Men. It is
Yeah.
not
Lee
Liev Schreiber, Tree Shredder,
Just
Shredder.
oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
It's not that one. It's the original from
yeah.
the first movie, which is cool. I think that's better. No offense, Liev. Uh,
I think
just
just leave.
yeah,
But yeah,
just make like a tree.
and Liev. Cool.
I'm gonna kill myself today. Uh, oh man.
Fuck, bud.
Ooh. I'll take the next one, I guess. Uh, The Boys was supposed to wrap after season 5, but apparently, and not, this isn't like confirmed, I guess, but apparently it is gonna keep going. So season 5 will not be the end of our boys. The boys.
Duh, boys. Yeah, Eric Kripke really knows how to keep a show going.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Probably
What other
longer
show
than-
has he had done that would make you think that?
Well, I just hope that only because I know that by season 15 of The Boys it's going to be trash. But Eric Kripke has a habit of being like, yeah, like 5 or 6 seasons. And like, what if we did it 3 more times?
He just kind of carries on that wayward son, you know?
Yeah.
It's, yeah. Blows my mind, but good for you, bud.
But, you know, like if they die, they can just come back the next season.
Yeah.
Forever.
Every season. Forever.
We also got
God.
a trailer for The Rock's new movie.
Oh, come on. Don't be a puss about it. It looks good.
I'm so over The Rock making the same movie, just slightly changing a few details of where he's the big, strong dude that's on the rescue mission, but there's probably going to be a double cross somewhere in it, but he's going to flex his muscles and get super sweaty, and by sweaty, I mean they're going to cover him in baby oil. Like, and there's going to be,
what?
there's going to be... There's going to be some quippy one-liners, and he's going to smolder off to the side. Like,
But he's next to Israel America. Or sorry, fucking what's his name? Captain America?
woof, bud. Yeah.
Chris Genocide
wrong.
or Evans, whatever you want to call it. I keep mixing it up.
Chris Evangelical.
Yeah. That one.
But also J.K. Simmons.
Great smile.
Yeah.
Just kind of a piece of shit, you
He
know?
can do this all day, you know?
Yeah. I could do this all day.
Can you?
I could. You want me to keep going?
No.
I'll
no,
keep
we
going.
should,
Okay.
we should stop. But it's going to be a Christmas-themed...
Christmas themed. It's a Christmas movie, you twat. It's through and through a Christmas movie. I need to go to bed so bad.
Yeah, good thing we still have a third of the episode left. Just moving right on. Let's talk about the set photos from James Gunn's Superman.
We got James Gunn's shit show of a Superman movie.
I have high hopes for it. I'm just not.
I
stoked on
I
the
trust
costume.
James Gunn. It's gonna be good. The costume sucks, but it's the first draft. It's the costume that his mom made him, right? So he's gonna have a better costume. It's gonna be at the end of the movie, and he's gonna be like, and it's gonna be that, right?
Yeah.
At the end, and just be like, oh, this is my new costume that Lois made for me, you know, or something like that. That's what it's gonna be. So yes, the costume does suck. Everybody's butthurt about it. I'm butthurt about it.
So many people are stoked on it.
That's weird to me because it's super like baggy.
It looks like.
You know, in
But
the
also
first.
on the set photos for Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman's like stunt double in the suit. Like it looked baggy. So like there's hope that of like retouching it, it'll look a little bit better. But I don't like all like
Oh,
the shoulder pads and stitching.
yeah. Like,
I like that the
be
S is on the cape though. That's cool.
yeah. You gotta have the pads. I mean, Henry Cavill didn't have to have the pads because that guy was jacked. But
I mean,
uh,
Cornsweat got jacked too.
you but why are the pads then? You know what it
James
really
Gunn.
reminds me of is in Spider-Man Homecoming when Peter puts on the Stark outfit for the first time in the alley, and it's all super baggy until he hits the thing in the middle and it tightens up. Yeah, that's what you look like. Sorry, I'm sorry. It's not your fault, Corn Sweat, but it
Yeah,
looks trash.
I'm not stoked.
He looks great.
Not as
He looks
Clark Kent
great.
with the broccoli haircut,
The
but
broccoli haircut pisses me the fuck off. I want to punch him in the face. I'd break my hand because he's Superman, but it makes me very mad.
yeah, it's that part's a bummer because it's definitely playing into the younger generation of like he's just your everyday kind of guy,
Yeah,
but on the
a
weekends
twat.
he's
A twat.
Superman.
Yeah.
That part's a bummer.
Yeah.
Because minus the fact that the suit's not great, uh, he looks good as Superman.
Let me chime something here. So, what's cool, what I liked about Henry Cavill's Superman was that it didn't seem like he had to spend a lot of time on his hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
To get into Superman, he just had to change, right?
Done.
This, this, the difference between fucking broccoli and Superman is a lot of time spent. So that means this motherfucker is like,
There's a
oh,
gel
I
that
gotta
has
go
sea
gel, I
salt in
gotta
it.
go fucking gel my hair real quick.
Yeah.
Like it's like,
There's
man,
definitely gel. There's definitely the gel has a hint of sea salt and maybe cucumber.
yeah.
Um,
He definitely
maybe not
spent
cucumber,
some
but
time.
coconut oil. Like
Definitely spend some time on that hair to get it, you know, because if you got that, it's a perm. It's like a perm, right?
yeah,
It's not just like, oh, I have like sexy wavy hair. It's like I have,
poof.
right?
Yeah,
Like ginger fro, but brown hair, right?
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So
Just
you
how you
have to
phrase
put.
it, I needed a second to
I
catch my.
don't want to, whatever, but so you have to put so much product in that to get it to do the Superman thing. And
Yeah,
that to me is super douchey. And fuck you, James Gunn, for doing that.
yeah. Hopefully
He'll
that
get
that.
a straight perm
Well, I was just
at
gonna
the end of
say
the
just
movie
that.
and
Hopefully that
oh,
that set photo of him with the broccoli hair was just in between takes. Like hasn't gone to makeup yet, and just
yeah.
I doubt it, but maybe, maybe. Like maybe that's just his hair with no product in it, with the haircut that he did to play it. You know, hope hopefully that's what it is. Again, still doubt it. God, I forgot the actor's name, but the guy that's playing Perry, he was in uh, the Jack Ryan show
Hmm.
on Amazon Prime. Cool to see that as he's just walking around, just a big old stogie sticking out of his mouth.
I
Um,
also love that they're staying with the African American Perry White.
I am too.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think that's right
Obvi-
because
I think
Lawrence
Lawrence
Fishburne.
Fishburne killed it, and yeah, so I'm excited that they didn't like go back to
Uh,
what it normally would
Agreed,
be.
one hundred
Yeah,
percent. And I don't remember the. I
I'll
mean,
just
he
look
is
it up.
he is a
You
child. But
he just
Skyler,
looks like a child.
Skyler, whatever his last name is, who's playing Jimmy Olsen. I was very worried because he's drastically younger than, at least in my mind, looks drastically younger than everyone else on the cast. But in the set photos, he looks awesome as Jimmy Olsen. He doesn't look nearly like the 14-year-old that I imagine that he is. And again, that's no offense to him. He just has a very young face.
I think he'll be awesome because I watched him in what was that Netflix show? Santa Clarita Diet.
I never watched it.
Yeah, it was Josh Duhamel and Drew Barrymore, and she basically ends up as a zombie and has to like whatever. And he's that kid. His name, I have him right here. Where are you? Why the fuck are you not here? I pulled up the whole cast and everybody's on here except for that fucking kid. Oh, of course Sean Gunn is in it. You mother. Oh, right here he is. Skylar Gisondo.
Okay. I just knew that his name was Skylar something.
Yeah. But anyways, for
all of you Psych fans out there, he was also young Spencer.
Nice.
I
am excited. The only hype, I told you this maybe yesterday or earlier today, the only like real hype I have for this movie is Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
I am fucking excited to see that shit.
In the set photos, he's got like cuts and bruises on his face, which means that he's
in the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Nicholas Hoult. I am so excited. I'm more excited to see Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor than I am to see any fucking buddy on this cast as anybody else, including Superman.
Yeah. And
no offense.
I'm very excited for this movie. I know that we're talking shit because that's just kind of what we do. I'm excited for it. There are things I'm not excited for, but I trust James Gunn when it comes to making movies like this.
And for a fun tie-in, Millie Alcock is playing Supergirl.
Oh, that's right. Just that when we haven't gotten set photos of her, I'm assuming that's going to be like an end of the movie kind of thing. Set up a
probably
sequel.
Setting up like Woman of Tomorrow. Because she's supposed to have her own movie called Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. So I assume it'll be a setup kind of thing. But yeah, anyways.
If it's just a post-credit scene, I'm going to be so fucking pissed. So freaking pissed.
I'm so freaking pissed.
Talk about the last thing, and then we can...
Wasn't that the last thing? Oh,
no.
I got it. Iron Fist is confirmed to be in the Shang-Chi 2 movie, and we know that it's Danny Rand, but we don't know is if it's Finn Jones or not from the Netflix series.
I hope it is. Because with good writing, he did well. Like, in The Defenders...
It wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
It's not your fault, Finn.
Don't you say that, man.
Also a Game of Thrones alum.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. I mean...
It's got me pretty hyped.
I hope that it is him, but if it's not, I'm not going to be that upset. Are you laughing at your own joke, but don't want everyone to hear you laughing?
I'm shaming myself.
Oh, cool.
Could you hear me?
No, but if our listeners want to shame themselves and want an energy drink with 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 crash, check out Ray's energy drinks. They're actually quite delicious.
Yeah, they're okay.
The fact that there's no sugar in them, they're very sweet. And if you don't like energy drinks, they've got other things to choose from. Just listen up and learn how to save 15%. We'll be right back with you to talk about the boys. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Raise Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with zero crash. Raise Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, and powered by their Refresh formula technology, Raise Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Raise Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you. Okay, friends, now we're going to talk about the latest episode of The Boys Season 4. It is episode 5, and here's your spoiler alert. Sweet. Enough time has passed. I mean, we've talked about how much we just love this show. Mm-hmm. It's very messed up in a lot of ways, but it's so good.
We finally see the characters from Gen V in this episode.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed because when they said that it was going to cross over, I was thinking like they were going to have more to do with the episode or this season, and they kind of just had like a cameo.
Yeah, they basically show up at Vought's Hall H.
Yeah. And they're like, hi, it's us. And then they're gone.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be more
I hope
as the season goes on.
Because they also reference Vought, or not Vought, Godolphin University in this episode too.
Hadouken! You knew exactly. That's amazing.
Yeah, because you brought your hands up and I was like, up.
I stopped myself. I was like, I was leaving it alone. But
and then you couldn't.
Yeah, whatever. Well, I could. Yeah, you noticed it, so I had to follow through.
Giancarlo Esposito is back.
Mm-hmm.
Literally just for one episode so far. They offer him a pardon, and then when he can't follow through, they put him right back in jail. Straight to jail.
Yeah, but then Newman breaks him out at the end.
That's right.
Yeah. Can I just say that Newman is probably, and by probably I mean definitely, the hottest chick on this show.
Yes.
There's just something about it. It's not like a
fair tie between her and Karen Fukuhara.
Oh fuck. Oh, but yeah, that's a tough one.
In different ways, but they're both equally attractive, at least in my eyes.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Not that the Chad gaze
fucking
means anything.
Fukuhara. Yeah, she's a baddie for sure.
Do it again and make it weird.
And that Huey, you know.
Huey.
No. If any boy is a baddie on that show, it's definitely Carl Urban.
Mm-hmm. But seriously, he's a good-looking dude.
And he's right up the nerd alley. What? Not your butthole. He's in Star Trek.
Actually, no, that's the nickname that I have.
Star Trek, Thor, The Boys, Lord of the Rings,
Judge Dredd.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is just like the daddy of nerd. Yeah. So
Him and
we got
Andy
off topic
Serkis.
here. Yeah.
Um, yeah, a little hot and bothered. Same.
Where were we?
Also, talking about the boys. Also, like Ryan is kind of
He's a kid, Chad.
no. I'm
Jesus
not talking
Christ.
about that part anymore. Jesus, fuck, dude, not okay, not okay, not what I meant. But we do see Ryan kind of embrace Homelander's tactics, but still wanting to actually be a hero, not staging everything. I fucking
Yeah.
hate you for that, by the way. That's just not. That part's not cool, man. I'm glad you find it super funny.
Oh, I'm dying, dude. Oh.
Go fucking watch
Oh.
this show.
Oh. It's, it's so good. Uh, there's some big shit. You're as red as a tomato right now, dude. Oh my
That's
God.
sunburn. That's not embarrassment.
Um, there's some shit that happens with Huey's dad that's pretty important for this episode.
You still can't get over
It
how funny you think that joke was.
was fucking gold. Uh, Huey's dad, played by Simon Pegg. Um, can you talk, please? Damn it. Huey injected his dad with Compound V, and
Huey didn't. His mom did.
some bad shit happened. Yeah. He like can like teleport ish, and he like teleported into somebody's body. Like
Oh, that
on
was super gross.
Yeah. And they just kind of like exploded from the abdomen out. And then Huey eventually has to end up killing his own Faja.
Yeah, through like euthanasia, lethal injection, whatever.
I still think that Huey's mom is not really there. The only people that she's interacted with are Huey and Huey's dad. She hasn't interacted with the doctors, nurses, nothing. And Huey and his dad both are on Compound V when they see her. And I told you off camera that I thought it was interesting that Huey's dad, Hugh, um, when he saw her, Huey's mom, I forget her name,
I don't think they've given her a name.
but when he sees her, he's like, "You shouldn't be here." And I don't think that it's like, "You shouldn't be here because I don't want you here." I think it's because she's dead. I think that she killed herself. And when they say that your mom left us, I think that she died. Um, and so when Hugh sees her for the first time after he took Compound V, I think he's
Yeah,
saying,
because he was in a coma,
mhm,
so he never saw her.
yeah.
See,
But if she was the one that gave him the Compound V, that's a tricky thing.
but
Or was it Huey?
we never see that. I think it.
Yeah.
So for a little bit, I started to doubt your theory that he's hallucinating her, that
Mhm.
Huey is hallucinating his mom there, because Simon Pegg as Hugh wakes up and starts interacting with her. But then you pointed out like that more of that terminology. But my question is about all those people dying in in the hospital. Like, were they actually dying, or was that just more of like a fever dream for Huey?
No, I think those people died. I think Huey gave the compound V to his dad, and then like
That part still
hallucinated.
happened. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense. I don't know why I
yeah,
questioned that.
because we know that Butcher has seen um
His
both
wife
his wife and um oh my God, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character, which I also don't think
is real.
exists. Yeah.
We'll see in the next episode because the guy that's playing Samir, who created the virus, is being locked up in a barn basement or storm cellar, basically. Uh, and Butcher goes there with Jeffrey Dean Morgan,
Do
but
you
that
think?
dude
Sorry,
hasn't
go ahead.
interacted with Jeffrey Dean Morgan yet. So maybe it'll be a one-sided conversation, and he'll just kind of be in the background, which could fuel that same theory.
Do you think that if oh, I'm gonna feel like a dick. Let me look this up. Do you think that if they um merge the two shows, Gen V and this one, that Chance Perdamo?
I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Let me just. Do you think that he's in this, or do you think that they'll edit him out and just write him out of the whole thing?
I think it might.
It's
It'll.
Perdomo, Perdomo.
I think it might be like an off-screen
Yeah.
sort of.
I think it would be really cool if like he shot scenes for this already and they
You
put
could.
him in just
Yeah.
so like fans of his can be like, hey,
Yeah.
you know,
Give him like a
kind of
farewell.
farewell. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because I think that they. I don't know if they filmed fully simultaneously, but he only passed away last fall, so
Yeah.
a lot of filming had to have been done already. So
It'd be cool. It'd be cool if they throw him in there. I know they said that they're not gonna recast him
yeah,
going forward, so it'd be cool if he has like
some sort of
some,
send off.
yeah, yeah,
I agree.
yeah,
I don't know what the plan is, or if he filmed anything for this,
yeah, exactly. I
because
have
we don't
no
know
fucking clue.
about
Yeah,
the other people from Gen V that are in whatever weird prison hospital room that they're in.
yeah.
If that's going to be a thing for this season, or if it was setting up Gen V season 2. But I mean, if you're still listening at this point in time and you haven't watched this, I mean, shame on you. But we get it. Uh, we like to spoil stuff for ourselves by reading stuff on the internet and reading ahead.
I was like, and comics and
Yeah,
stuff like that. But
the
uh,
yeah comics. The show's awesome. The casting is always amazing, and I don't like how short the seasons are because I just want more. Any final thoughts,
I'm trying to think
Senor Drunky?
if there was something worth mentioning, but I think we should just move on. You get it. Go watch
Yeah,
it,
yeah. Let's close
and
out this episode
let's
then.
close out this episode. Yeah. But I noticed something and it was bothering me. But before we close out this episode, we are going to talk about our honorable mentions. Chad, what do you got?
Well, I watched the latest episode of The Acolyte. I've been keeping up on that. Um, say what you want about the writing, the acting, the retconning of some lore. The show is introducing a lot of stuff that hasn't been canon in the past, but was part of the books, which is really cool. And the latest episode of The Acolyte, I think, has given us the best lightsaber fight since Revenge of the Sith. It
Nice.
felt very Clone Wars with how agile the Jedi actually moved, which was
Mm.
really cool. And a couple of intense deaths, which were sweet. Um, just how they were done.
I like a spry Jedi for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. If they're not spry, they're not right. I thought you'd find that funny and not be a dick about it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh huh. Um,
I do you have anything else? Sorry.
oh, the other one is something that we both watched, so you
Yeah.
can go ahead and start with that.
Well, I haven't been watching a whole lot. Just my kid is an animal. And so I've been slowly watching My Adventures with Superman. Um, it's great. I really do love this show. It
Mm-hmm.
the voice actor is Huey from The Boys. God, what's his name?
Jack Quaid.
Something Jack Quaid. That's right. Yep. Uh, he is the love child of Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan. Um,
Oh, Meg Ryan, that's right.
yeah, you can see it. Uh, he's got that like Meg Ryan right here, and then Dennis Quaid everywhere else. Uh, but anyways, the show is super great. The latest episode kind of pissed me off a little bit, and we talked about it a little bit
Mm-hmm.
while we were kind of simultaneously watching it.
Yeah.
Um, and it is that they show not yeah, it was a flashback. They show like a flashback of Kryptonians on Krypton and they're flying. And that makes no sense because the reason Superman has his powers is because he's under a yellow sun. That's what gives him his powers. On Krypton, there is a dying sun, which is what destroyed Krypton. Um, and it's a red sun. So under a red sun, uh, Kryptonians have no power. They're just people.
Yeah.
So showing them on Krypton flying makes zero fucking sense.
Especially because later in the episode, they put Kal-El, Superman, Jack Quaid, Wee Huey, whatever you want to call him, under a simulated red sun, and it strips his powers. So, like, how can an entire planet under a red sun have all of his powers, but then you expose him to it for like 5 seconds, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm so weak."
Yeah. And it shouldn't have even done that. That was another annoying thing for me is that it the red sun so in the show that we're watching, right? My Adventures of Superman, it made him like weak. He was like like he was exposed to kryptonite damn near, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he like fell down and was like laying on the ground. It doesn't do that. It just is makes you human. It just makes you a person.
Yeah,
Smallville showed it. I
yeah.
everything goes back to Smallville, my guy. I'm
It,
telling you, everything goes
I.
back to Smallville.
How often have I disagreed with you on this? Zero.
Never. It takes their power away. That's all. And
Yeah.
like in this show, they're like, "Oh, it's look at you. He was like laying on the ground and like, like he couldn't fucking move." And it was like, that's not what the red sun does to Kryptonians. Yeah, dum dums.
Yeah. And like they could have still used that same like flashback hologram to show
I almost took my shot.
how technologically advanced uh
Yeah.
is it Candor? Candor's a real place.
Kandorians are, yeah, Kandor is a place from Krypton. It's like a different, like, s- like a different group of people from Krypton. It's on Krypton, though.
Wasn't that the capital of Krypton?
Kandor?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't fucking know.
Well, because I thought that in this episode they mentioned
Krypton is the
Kandor.
planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could very well be right.
I thought that they mentioned that in this episode. If they didn't, I'm just pulling from
I wouldn't
references.
I was gonna say I wouldn't use this show as your
base. No, absolutely
Yeah.
not. But
Just 'cause
they show that hologram, and they could have taken that moment. You have another drink that isn't the shot. They could have shown how
I just want some tequila.
technologically advanced the civilization was and how all that stuff without showing people flying around.
Yeah.
That would have made
Yeah.
perfect sense. Especially when it contradicts itself in the same
In the
20,
same episode.
23-minute long episode. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The show has been so entertaining, and
It still is.
Very-
It still
it
is.
still
It's a
is.
fantastic show, even with that. But that annoyed for somebodies that are very nerdy about this kind of stuff, especially this one over here, who named his kid after Superman and has a Kryptonian tattoo on his chest. This pissed me off
I would be pissed.
big
And,
time.
I mean, I was pissed, and I'm not as big of a fan as you are.
Yeah,
Like, come on now.
pissed me off.
Anything else that you have for honorable
Nope.
mentions? Fantastic. Well, for our listeners, if you want to support this show, please like, share, subscribe anywhere you find the show. Follow us on social media. But the best way to do that support thing that I was trying to say with normal words English, give us your money. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. It just helps us a bunch. The best way to do that is through buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. It's a monthly subscription. You get a bunch of behind the scenes. You can watch our pre-show warm-ups where we talk about other stuff that doesn't make it into the show. Unedited interviews when those come up. All that good stuff. If you don't want to do that, just check out our website, allthingsnerdpod.com. Check out our web store. Because then you still give us money, but then we give you something back. We give it back.
We always give it back.
Always. It's just the respectful thing to do. That's another fantastic way. Yeah. At the end of the day, we love you no matter what. Thank you for listening, supporting us in however way you decide to do that. But it's late. It's no longer the same day we started recording.
Well, now I fucking opened up my drink here.
Well, this has been the All Things Nerd podcast.